Today's video is a bit of an experiment. One of the things that I had originally planned to try out a bit more this year was doing some photography in a more urban setting. So instead of going out of town, go into town. Now, to be honest, one of the things that's put me off doing that is this thing. Here in Spain, in the town, in the streets, you have to wear a mask all the time, even if there's nobody else around. And from a photography point of view, that's a minor inconvenience, but I don't know if it works for videos. So maybe you'd like to leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Do you like the idea of the urban photography? And also, is the mask too much of a problem? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. And I am smiling under here. So for this first one, I've decided to stay within my hometown of El Campello. Not sure how well this is focusing. And I'm out kind of still in the dark. And I'm actually heading up to where the church is. Now, it's not a massively impressive church. It's in a nice little square. I haven't actually been up here for a while. I don't think it's actually illuminated, but there are some kind of street lights in the square, and I thought it might make for an interesting blue hour shot. It's worth a try. Okay, so I'm now up by the church. Church itself isn't illuminated. There's actually some nice lights in the stained glass windows. And there's this big street lamp here, some trees, quite a nice surface on the square. So I think it's worth setting up and trying a shot here. Okay, I've got my composition set up. I've gone for having the tripod pretty low down, and then I've got a line in the square, in the surface, which kind of runs across the scene diagonally, almost going out, but it leads across to the area where the street light is. Noisy with bikes and things around. And then I've got the church over on the right hand side. Now we are still an hour before sunrise, and there's actually people starting to move around, so I'm not sure it's going to work out all that well. And not entirely convinced with that composition. I think it's chopping off too much of the church tower. So I've moved around and come up higher, and again what I've got is lines in the square kind of running in, only this time the lights are kind of partly over the tower. I can still see the coloured lights in the stained glass windows. I'm just waiting here for a little while for the sky to get a little bit brighter, just to hopefully create a bit better balance. I think it was too dark earlier, and the sky is brightening, the sun is rising, so they're kind of pretty much behind where the church is, although we got quite a bit of sort of town and that before we actually get to the sunrise. But it'll just be a lot easier to balance the light once the sky gets a little bit brighter. Actual sunrise is in about 50 minutes, I think. I can already see we've got some more blue tones rather than black in the sky, so that's going to look a lot better. And I think now I am going to pack up here because the sky's getting quite a lot brighter, and move on and see if I can find something else. That's interesting. I can get into the park. I didn't think it'd be open. Now it's just a case of trying to find something that looks interesting, looks a bit different. Okay, see what we can find. Okay, so I did go down into the park quickly, but to be honest, I think the view is better on this ramp, this access ramp that I'm on. Again, this is a very different kind of image for me. What I've got in the centre bottom of the frame is this pool under the bridge. The bridge runs across the scene, almost across the middle of the scene. And then up above that we've got the poles with the street lights on. There's some buildings in the background. There's a crane over in the background. There's just a little bit of cloud, I don't know if you can see that, sitting out there, picking up a little bit of a glow. We're still about 20 minutes from sunrise, so I'm hoping we might get a bit more light reflecting in that pool in a few minutes. And at the moment the street lights are still on, so I've taken a shot already so that I've got the street lights, and I'm just going to wait here for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes and just see what happens if we get a bit more light on the scene as we get closer to sunrise. And then that'll be it for today, I think. I don't think I'll be doing anything else. So this is actually the town park. Quite a nice little place. I must admit I didn't think it would be open just yet. I didn't think it opened till like 9 o'clock in the morning. But it's open, which is nice. Again, I have to keep the mask on here. There's actually a sign as you're coming in. It also tells you that masks have to be worn here. Just a case of waiting to see now. Okay, so we've actually got a really nice sunrise glow over there. Kind of makes me wish I'd gone down onto the beach actually, but I've left my composition exactly the same and I'm just carrying on shooting. And actually the composition works well because the buildings which are over there on the left hand side of the frame, and the bridge then runs across the frame and is pointing right at where that glow is. So it kind of works. And the street lights have gone off now, but I took an earlier image with exactly the same composition with the street lights in. So I might actually end up compositing this so that I end up with one image with the street lights and one image with the glow, and then composite the two together. Okay, now that sun has come up, I don't think I can shoot into the sun anymore. So I think it's time to pack up and head for home. I don't know how successful this has been, but I did say it was a bit of an experiment both in terms of the type of photography. So do let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. But it was also an experiment in terms of having to do the entire video wearing a mask. So again, let me know in the comments whether that's too much of a distraction, because if it is, I won't do it. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed this one anyway. If you have, please consider giving it a like and sharing it on social media. And as well as the comment, if you're new here and you're not already a subscriber and you've enjoyed it, hit subscribe before you go, please. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And yes, I am smiling behind the mask. Until the next video, bye.